So, aloha everyone. Welcome to our self care and service practice in the love, peace, and harmony field. My name is Laurie, and I am very honored to be with you today. Today, we will continue to move on the wounds information that we've been starting for the past few weeks. So we will start with our check-in, go into some information and a meditation about healing uh, the wound of humiliation, and then talk about some next steps. So let us do a check-in today. And I want you to just check in to see how you are feeling. You can notice your thoughts, your emotions, your bodily symptoms and sensations, and your actions and behaviors. And you can give yourself a number from 0 or 1 to 10 and notice how that might feel for you. And you want to, when you do your check-in, you want to have no judgment. You want to focus on the awareness of where you are at every moment and allow yourself to use that insight to move yourself forward on your self-care journey. Okay. So noticing, hopefully, if any of your thoughts, emotions, bodily symptoms, sensations, actions, and behaviors as you reflect on the past week have been challenging, unproductive. This is where you can just notice where you're feeling as we move along on our exercise today. And so today we will be continuing some of the information from this book, Heal Your Wounds and Find Your True Self. And for some of you who have been in the past few sessions, Liz Bobo is the founder of Listen to Your Body, an international school dedicated to personal growth and well-being. And although this is primarily based on her observations and holistic spiritual teachings, we have found that there are many psychological and neuroscience studies that align with her insights of how early emotional wounds can shape our personality, behaviors, and coping mechanisms. And it is to note that we do not want to label ourselves, okay? It is just for awareness. We are not the label, we are not the mask. But if we can find some patterns and bring it to our more conscious awareness, we can then allow ourselves to heal and transform. Because many of us may have these wounds, but we are not aware of it, or we may not believe we do have it. And because she talks about the ego really tries to prevent us from noticing these things. It wants to kind of keep us in this sense. And it may feel it's protecting us, but it may be protecting us in a way that does not allow us to have a great quality of life. And we might find ourselves in the same patterns, same situations, and not know why. So today we are focusing on the third wound she talks about, humiliation. And that is the mask of the masochist, really where one feels ashamed, we sacrifice our own needs, and we tend to carry this sense of guilt. The healing comes from releasing the shame, this guilt, honoring our self-worth, and embracing the light within. And as you know, I'm only giving you the essence or just a few highlighted points. If you look into the book, it shares much more information about these wounds that can help you see if you connect with any of these. And actually, with the wound of humiliation, she talks about that this is one of the hardest that people tend to have a hard time identifying with. So they may not recognize this with themselves right away. And that's okay. What we want to do is just slowly at our own pace, open our hearts to note if we do have these wounds. And many of us have all of these wounds, in different degrees, but we can use this information to move forward, okay? Not to stay stuck in this. Okay, so as I mentioned, it develops when one feels judged, embarrassed, or belittled. So think about as a child, sometimes you might feel embarrassed, children as they develop may get dirty, may soil themselves. And if the adults or caretakers or others around them embarrass them or belittle them or say, oh, you should be ashamed, that kind of language, these types of wounds can develop. And so the mask of the masochist tends to be where we sacrifice and we do a lot for others because we don't want to be judged. We don't want to be embarrassed or belittled. So we kind of counter that with a sense of doing so much for others, but then, and also feeling guilt. Okay. And nothing is ever enough, or they're not enough. In her writing, she also goes into how one's body may look like, or the tendency of one's body may be. So you can also see if that body image may connect with you on some level. Okay, but we won't go into it here. So again, for the humiliation wound, there's a sense of self-sabotage and guilt around self-care. So this is how it may impact self-care. And so those with these wounds may feel guilty when they take care of themselves, right? Believing they must always put other people first. And they might struggle with setting boundaries or feeling ashamed in their bodies. Okay. So just notice, and sometimes as with many of the wounds, it's sometimes easier for us to recognize it with others than ourselves. So if you are so inclined and open and ready to take your awareness to the next level, sometimes you can ask others who know you well and maybe share some of this information. See, hey, which wounds do they see with you? But we need to be ready to receive that, because what the ego might do is we might doubt it and say, oh, this is not about us. They don't know us, right? And we might, but for those of you who are open, hey, that could be a great opportunity to move your awareness to the next level. So welcome those who joined us. Thank you for joining. We're talking about the wound of humiliation. So really about healing this wound is about releasing the shame, honoring our self-worth, and embracing our light within. Okay. So we are not our wound. Okay. We are the light within, but the wound can sometimes cover it and allow us to behave in ways that maybe restrict us. Okay. So some healing keys that they talk about is forgiveness and self-compassion. Forgiveness can be with ourselves, yes, as well as with others who may have given us these wounds. And also, so forgiving them, forgiving ourselves, and asking for forgiveness for those that we may have passed along this wound to others. Because many times when we have a wound, we tend to pass it along to others, for our children, those around us. So we may be, even though we're trying to compensate and we're doing a lot for others, for example, with this wound, they talk about people with this wound tend to be very self-sacrificing, right? So they might do a lot for others, but in doing a lot for others and having everything done themselves, they can inadvertently pass along this humiliation message by making others feel like they're not good enough to help out or to do what, like they have to be the ones to do it, right? And not giving others the opportunity to also serve and learn and grow. So it's very interesting how wounds can work. And so let's let's get started in doing our meditation for healing this, whether you recognize it within yourself or not, but you can still heal that message, the soul message, even without awareness. Okay. With awareness, it can be improved, but even on the soul level, it can help to clear out these vibrational messages. So, in the love, peace, harmony field that we will do our practice, we believe that everything has its own vibratory field, and each of our vibrational fields are connected in the quantum field of the collective. And so, when we align with the vibrations of love, peace, and harmony, we can uplift our own lives as well as support the uplifting of the world. So this is where our service practice come in. And you can invite anyone that you feel that carries these wounds to join us in this meditation on the soul level. You can physically share some of these uh, recordings with others, invite them here for those that you feel can benefit. And so let's get started with our meditation for healing and transformation for this wound. So I want you to, first of all, just relax and close your eyes. Take a nice natural breath in, bring it down to your lower abdomen. We want to get our bodies to a more relaxed state, to get beyond the cognitive load state and into the rest or deep rest state, as we've talked about in our stress series. And for those of you who missed that, you can go back and check that out. We have a playlist for that. And allow yourself to just feel that you are safe and comfortable, that you are loved unconditionally, protected and supported. Imagine this field of this love, peace, and harmony calligraphy that has been created with high frequencies, positive messages. Allow this field to feel safe around you. So, first of all, what I like to do is really help us feel the safety. When we feel a sense of safety, we can be more honest with ourselves. We may be more open to listen and to hear. If we're not safe, our defenses come up. We may deny everything that is said. We might question. So if you do have that resistance or doubting or questioning, don't judge that, but just notice that about yourself and notice, what might I be resisting? What is this about? And you may get a lot of information for yourself if you just allow yourself to notice and observe kindly and compassionately. And as we connect with the love, peace, and harmony field, notice that your body is getting more and more relaxed. Let yourself know that it is a safe place to look and heal your wounds. So I want you to just do another check-in. Notice your body, and you can ask your body, where may you be holding any humiliation wounds? And just notice what pops up. Some of you may have memories. Some of you may have insights and awareness. Some of you may have resistance. If you're having the resistance or doubts or thinking, okay, I don't have anything like this, then just notice where that feeling is. That may be some of our ego, that may be defending ourselves and saying, no, we're okay. And that's perfectly okay. And you can work on whatever area that you're ready to work on. Just saying that, well, I just have some stress. Wonderful. You can just start there. Okay. But for those of you who are ready and willing to go into some things that may be hard for us to recall or go deeper into our bodies where it picked up moments of feeling humiliation. Just allow it to come naturally without judgment, without attachment, just noticing. And as you're noticing, bring in the light and positive frequency and vibration of the love, peace, and harmony field. Feel that coming into you from 360 degrees above you, below you, around you. And just breathe in through your nose and imagine through the pores of your skin, your body bringing in this beautiful, calming, loving, accepting light, allowing you to know that you are loved, protected, and supported. There's no judgment, there's no attachments. You're loved, protected, and supported. Loved, protected, supported. And feel the message bringing you this message of high self-worth. There's nothing that you need to hold and carry on, even if you've had humiliating incidents or times that you may have felt. You are not your wound. Allow yourself to re-message that area. Most of us can recognize what would be a more positive and helpful message. Perhaps if, some of the experience that we received could happen not only in childhood, but, in as a child growing up, adolescence. We might be even judging and shaming our own bodies or different aspects of ourselves. Allow yourself to go into the sense of love and compassion for the experiences that we may have received, and go into forgiveness, which brings inner joy, inner peace. You can also start from just any messages that you have said to yourself that created this sense of judgment, humiliation, allowing yourself to forgive yourself, to release that message, and move into love, peace, and harmony. So forgiveness brings love, peace, and harmony, brings inner joy, inner peace. Allow yourself to receive these messages of love, peace, and harmony. Inhale this light. Allow yourself to bring in the message of high positive self-worth. All of us are equally loved and worthy unconditionally in the universe. Or if you even think about your spiritual fathers and mother, allow yourself to bring in this message of self-forgiveness, self-compassion. Imagine that the light from the field, rainbow, golden light, releasing and washing away any negative information, negative messages. Feel yourself feeling lighter and freer. Again, you are loved, protected, and supported. You are worthy. Allow yourself to see your inner beauty, your self-worth, feeling that light, light, light. And allow yourself to feel this worthiness. And they do mention that in this wound in particular, that shame tends to be shame that can come from feeling humiliated is stored in our body. Many of the wounds are stored in the body, but in particular this one, they have some research on this, Vanderkirk, 2014. And so one exercise you can also do is shaking out the tension. You can stretch, move to release that. So for those of you who know the pathway of love, peace, and harmony calligraphy, you can move with your dan, your arms, like a Tao Calligraphy Tai Chi, to kind of move your body and imagine as you're going through the path and tracing, the strokes is rewriting the messages, clearing the negative messages, and bringing in the new positive messages of positive self-worth, feeling loved, honored, protected, supported, allowing you to really bring in this message of positive self-worth, feeling honored, feeling worthy, feeling that you are truly beautiful being. Notice as you look in within yourself, what insights that you may get from looking inward, looking at some of your past experiences, and allowing you now, knowing that you can heal and transform. Give gratitude to yourself for being here today, for allowing you to move in that positive direction where you can take care of yourself. You can honor yourself. Treat yourself with great love, honor, and respect. That self-care is positive. With great self-care, you can have a higher level of service. Many times those with this wound, they do a lot of service, but it can be in like a martyr and self-sacrificing at the expense of their own health. So we want to balance this. We can still take care of others, but we can also give ourselves that permission, that honor and respect, that it is okay to take care of ourselves, and we can release any messages within our bodies. Allow yourself to, I honor myself, I am worthy, and I am grateful. Feel the gratitude for yourself for managing through all of these different experiences, and know that your experience is making you stronger, wiser, more resilient, increasing your sense of self-worth, self-love, self-care. Focus on the positive messages. So one, we might be aware of where we are holding the negative emotions or the experiences or the resistance, and just notice it. But I want you to really focus on the field that's carrying this loving, accepting message to give you self-honor, self-respect, unconditional love, peace, and harmony. Bring in this message, feel this message. Focus your mind now on that light of the field, radiating in through all the pores of your skin, going into the area that you may be holding that wound. If you're not sure, notice where any resistance is for you. The heart is a good space, as well as the lower abdomen. Can be areas that we can continually bring light to release any negative information. Feel the sense of connection and wholeness within you, of feeling complete, whole, that you are honored, you're worthy. Feel this light and this message coming in. Feel yourself absorbing this message that you are unconditionally loved, protected, supported. You are honored. You're worthy. And feel this light bringing greater self love, self worth, self respect, self honor. Notice which words resonate with you and allow yourself to breathe that in. We're going to spend a few minutes. For those of you who can stay a little longer, I want you to just breathe in this love, peace, and harmony. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Just check in. We just had a short time to do this exercise, but I would love for you to continue on your healing and transformation journey. So you can continue with these exercise to see what insights arise. Allow your insights to lead to positive ways that you can heal and transform, which may be also going back to do these types of meditations in a high frequency field that can support you and have you feel released and free so you can serve without that other message, right? Just with that self love, self honor, and that sense of purpose and balance. So I would love for you, if anyone has any questions, has any comments about maybe the information that was shared today, as well as this practice, I would love to hear from you. You can either unmute or mention it in the chat. And we can continue with your wellness journey. Again, there is some self-care applications, particularly for this topic. Somatic healing seems to be really helpful because we hold it in our bodies. So like the shaking out, massages, things like that, that can allow that to be released from our bodies. Self-compassion will be really helpful. And some mindfulness-based self-acceptance can rewire any shame-based thought patterns that we may hold. Okay. Again, you can invite the insights to arise. What can I learn from this feeling or these episodes that I've had or situations? How can this wound guide me towards healing and positive transformation? Okay. And you can just allow yourself to allow these insights to arise. You can journal and trust that these thoughts are here to help you grow and transform the wound into a strength. Okay. You can also continue to do this in the love, peace, and harmony field. My mother has hers on first 3 Mondays of each month. If it's 5, then it's first 4 Mondays. And we also have the free wellness evening that we get a chance to go into the next level field. The next 2 weeks, we'll have Dr. Gina, and she is an acupuncturist. And so, again, dealing with the body, the 5 elements. And so, this could be a really wonderful way to continue to heal. And if you would like just more support and personalized support, we are offered to uh, offer these complimentary 15-minute sessions to help get you started. And again, because although I am a psychologist, these sessions do not constitute a client therapist relationship, and I'm not serving from that hat, so to speak. We do want you to know that please contact your healthcare providers, and this is not meant to replace any medical and psychological knowledge. And for those of you who are really eager to continue your service journey, there is the Love, Peace, and Harmony music. We didn't get to play it today, but the QR code is there. I was playing it in the background, so you're getting the frequencies from that. You couldn't hear it. And there is a donation code that you can, donate. It can go to many different areas, including this, what we have, the Love, Peace, and Harmony Fields programs that we are a part of. Okay. So remember, self-care is service. We increase our self-care to increase the quality of our service. So thank you everyone today for joining. I wanted to say thank you and goodbyes to everyone. So thank you for those who maybe joined on Facebook. We'll say goodbye to you now. And thank you, Auntie. And we'll just stop the recording. So thank you those on the video.